Who is witnessing the darkness? Introduction or misconception of self. Hello everyone and welcome back to the podcast. Have you ever had this experience? You're sitting quietly, watching clouds drift by or listening to the distant hum of traffic. And you suddenly wonder, what is the thing that is watching and listening? We habitually say, I am seeing, but who is this I? Is it these biological eyes? Is it this brain? If you close your eyes, though you can no longer see light, can you still see a vast darkness? Is the subject that sees the darkness the same one that sees the sunlight? Our theme today comes from the Shurangama Sutra. This segment records a brilliant debate of the soul between the Buddha and his disciple, Ananda. This debate challenges our fundamental perception of reality. We are going to explore a core question: where does our awareness, our spirituality come from? Does it exist naturally? Or is it a byproduct of specific conditions? Ananda's confusion, the boundary between Buddhism and other teachings. During the assembly, Ananda asked the Buddha a very sharp question. He said, "World-honored one, you just said that our enlightened nature, what we often call the soul or spiritual nature, pervades the 10 directions. It is pure, permanent, and neither born nor extinguished. How is this different from the true self or primal prakriti taught by other paths?" Ananda's confusion was this: Buddha, you used to teach dependent origination, that everything is formed by the harmony of conditions, the butterfly effect, where every result has a cause. But now, you say the spirit is unconditioned and inherently there. Doesn't that make it naturalism? Isn't that the same as what the outsiders teach? If you've ever felt that spiritual practice is contradictory, you are feeling exactly what Ananda felt. The first debate: is it natural? After hearing this, the Buddha began to guide Ananda through a logical deduction. This is where the Buddha excelled. He didn't give the answer directly, he led you to your own realization. The Buddha asked, Ananda, if you believe the spirit exists naturally, then tell me, what is the substance of this nature? What does it look like? Let us try an experiment. The Buddha asked Ananda, you can see things now. What is the essence of the seeing? Is it light? Is it darkness? Is it emptiness? Or is it a solid object? Ananda was stunned. The Buddha pressed further. If the essence of your seeing spirit is light, then when darkness comes, your seeing should vanish along with the light. You should be unable to see the darkness. But in fact, you can see the darkness, right? This is powerful logic. If your capacity to see is identical to a specific state, then when that state disappears, you should die, or your capacity to see should be severed. If your spirit is emptiness, you shouldn't be able to see walls, because walls are not empty. If your spirit is darkness, you should be blind during the day. Therefore, the Buddha concluded the spirit cannot be called natural. Why? Because once you define it as a specific natural state, it would vanish as the environment changes. But in reality, no matter how the environment changes, that witnessing spirit is always there. The second debate: is it born of causes and conditions? Having been refuted, Ananda quickly shifted gears. All right. If it is not natural, then it must be conditioned. That is to say, because there is light, an eyeball, and a brain, the perception of seeing it produced, right? But the Buddha dismantled this notion as well. The Buddha asked, you say seeing is produced because of the condition of light. Then when darkness appears and the light is gone, when the cause is severed, shouldn't your seeing be severed too? If seeing is severed, how do you see the darkness? Take a moment to process this. Seeing darkness is itself an act of seeing. The Buddha spent a long time circling this logic. But the core is simple: if you believe your awareness is born from a condition, then when that condition dies, your awareness should die. But the truth is, our awareness neither increases nor decreases whether it faces presence or absence. Think of a mirror. Does a mirror show a flower because of conditions? You could say the image exists because of the flower. But is the function of reflection given to the mirror by the flower? No, remove the flower, and the mirror can still reflect other things, even nothingness. That capacity to reflect is neither given by the flower nor is it a natural color of the mirror. It transcends those definitions. The core revelation, neither natural nor conditioned. At this point, Ananda was completely overwhelmed. He asked the question we all ask. World-honored one, when you taught us junior monks before, You clearly said that seeing requires for conditioned space, light, mind, and eyes. Why do you now say it isn't conditioned? Aren't you contradicting yourself? The Buddha's reply was classic. He said, Ananda, what I taught before were the laws of worldly phenomena. That was not the ultimate truth. Now I am speaking to you of the first principle. The Buddha then delivered a conclusion that has echoed through the ages. When seeing light, the seeing is not the light. When seeing darkness, the seeing is not the darkness. More deeply, when the seeing perceives the seeing is no longer the true seeing. It sounds like a tongue twister, but it is incredibly potent. It means when your awareness tries to look back and observe itself, the awareness you are observing is already an object, not the true subjective awareness. True spirit, true enlightenment, is detached from all appearances, yet identical to all things. It is not anything, yet it allows all things to manifest. It is not born with the environment, nor does it die with it. The Buddha told Ananda that trying to analyze your spirit within these illusions lie. Dark void form is like trying to grab space with your hands. No matter how hard you struggle, you only exhaust yourself. Space remains space, it will never be caught by your intentions. Via real-world application, what is true blindness? To help Ananda understand, the Buddha used a fascinating example regarding seeing and not seeing. Most people say, when there is light, I can see. When there is no light, I cannot see, it is dark. The Buddha said, you are mistaken. When there is no light, you are not unable to see, rather, you are seeing darkness. This isn't a word game. It is telling us your spiritual mind never takes a day off. When you are depressed, your awareness sees depression. When you are happy, it sees happiness. We suffer because we constantly fixate on the content, the depression or the happiness, and forget the pure, untainted awareness that is always watching. It is like watching a movie. A tragedy plays on the screen, and you cry. A comedy plays, and you laugh, but you forget that whether the screen is showing fire or rain, the white screen itself never gets wet and never gets burned. That screen is what the Buddha calls the wonderful, enlightened, bright nature. Conclusion, the road home. Finally, the Buddha compassionately warned Ananda and us. Do not get stuck in worldly labels, terminology, or intellectual games. Do not be swept away by phenomena that are born and then die. Our spirit is originally the pure reality. It doesn't need to be attained, it only requires you to realize its presence. As soon as you stop chasing the changing clouds, you will naturally discover the eternal sky behind them. That's all for today's podcast. Before we end, I'd like to invite you to try a small experiment. Now, please close your eyes. You see a vast darkness, don't you? Tell me, has the entity that sees the darkness changed from the subject that just saw the screen? If it hasn't changed, can it be altered by your aging, your pain, or your emotions? If you can grasp this point, perhaps you can find that sliver of mountain-like stillness in this turbulent world. Thank you for listening. See you next time.